How's it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 16 of the Orange Thumbstick Podcast. Thanks, as always, for tuning in, listening, whether it's on YouTube or iTunes. And if you're a subscriber, thank you for that. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And because we're going weekly now, you'll get weekly updates with new podcast episodes. My name's Dave, and as always, I'm joined by Russ. How are you, mate? You okay?
I'm very well, thank you, mate. Yourself?
I'm a bit sad this week, Russ, to be honest. Bobby, are you okay?
Well, I was, and then I heard that you were sad, so now I'm not okay.
I'm a little bit sad.
Because?
My Elite controller.
Oh, yeah.
It's not funny, Bob. It's not funny.
Go on, tell the people what's wrong.
Yeah, so I was a bit upset because my Elite controller is got to go to controller heaven. That means back to Microsoft, basically, because the back rubber grip has started to come off, to bubble and peel off, which is a bit disappointing for a controller that's like 130 quid. But the nice people at Xbox, I've spoken to them, and even though it's out of warranty just by about a week or so, they've actually said to me that they will replace it, so I've got to send it off and they're going to send me a new one. So in the meantime, I've got to use my Scorpio Edition pad, which I didn't really want to sort of use. I wanted to keep that all wrapped up and nice, but
yeah,
Ooh,
it's a bit sad. But
I wouldn't like to use it.
Yeah, I've got no choice. I haven't got another one to use, so. But hey ho, that's how it is. But Rush, you said that it's a common problem, that it happens with quite a few.
Yeah,
Right?
believe it or not, the week before you showed us that, I'd seen a few pictures floating around on Twitter, people saying, "Oh, what's happened to my controller?" And yeah, people saying it's a common thing with them. So
Bumpers as well. Bumper buttons pop out on the Elites. Apparently, I've had a few people come to us asking if I'd take a look at them for them.
Yeah, I've heard about bumper button issues. One of my pals had one. He's actually had two, because the bumper button stopped clicking. It almost sort of stopped going in, almost as if it was popping out. And he's had two of those issues. So, but it's a great controller. Other than that, and the fact that they're replacing it out of warranty is really, really good. So, although I'm sad now, I won't be in 7 to 10 business days, according to Microsoft. So. What have you been playing, lads? What have you been on?
GTA 5, we've been hammering that, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know what games I'm allowed to mention that I've been playing this week, so I'm just going to say GTA 5.
Okay.
yeah, a few of us.
Russ?
Railway Empire, had a cheeky look at that.
Oh, yes.
There's a video of that on YouTubans, if people want to go and check it out. That's out on the 29th, and we do have Second Dave, not you Dave, Second Dave, he's reviewing it.
The small chances I've been getting to game recently, I've been sticking to Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm absolutely loving that, as I've said in the past. Brilliant game. And the Hidden Ones DLC, I believe, is either out now or it's due to be released on the 23rd. I think
it's 23rd.
the updates rolled out now. With some extra little bits, a nice new title screen. The picture of Bayek has changed on the menu screen to coincide with the Hidden Ones, so that's quite nice. There's also an Atlas thing now as well, where you zoom out and you can actually see the two regions that they're adding.
Okay.
So you can actually see the size of them. And Ubisoft have added a nice little touch, really. They've added some photos of those regions, so you can click onto the screenshots to get an idea of what they look like, and they look really impressive. So yeah, some hefty content coming for that game. It deserves it. It's done really, really well. Yeah.
Can I ask a question about Assassin's Creed Origins?
Yeah.
Did Rockstar help in the making of it?
Oh my god.
So this week we've got lots of news to go through. Can we mute? Can we mute? Mute? What's that? That's not even a word.
I got him.
Can we mute people on podcasts? Where's
Yeah, I
the
can
mute
do.
for Bobby?
Yeah, join editing.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
No, Bobby. Rockstar haven't helped. It's Ubisoft. They're my new favourite developer at the moment.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Start calling you Davy Soft.
Ooh, that's nice. That's quick and quirky. Makes a change. Okay, so some news to go through. The first one being a new Alien game has been announced. Foxnet Games recently acquired a studio, Cold Iron Studios, and apparently they're gearing up for a development on a new title set in the Alien cinematic universe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited for this because
I am too.
Despite Alien Isolation getting some very, very mixed reviews, had one particular bad review by a massive gaming website, which they got a lot of criticism for. I really enjoyed Alien Isolation. It's a little bit long, and the middle of it is a little bit goes on a little bit too long. I think the middle was kind of it went on longer than it should have done. Really, the game should have been shorter. But all in all, I absolutely loved Isolation. It was everything that the developers promised.
The Alien did what it was meant to do, and that was feel like it was actually alive and haunting you. You know, every time if you played the same part in 2 different playthroughs, the alien would be in different places, different positions. It's really, really good. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to see because what they're saying that they're going to explore different areas of the Aliens universe that people aren't really necessarily used to seeing or something. In this new game. So,
and they have confirmed as well, though. I think this is just going to be an out-and-out shooter. I think that's pretty much been confirmed. Whether they will delve into other sort of genre styles for different sections of the game, I don't know. But they have said it is going to be a shooter. And I think that's why Isolation got some criticism on one side of the fence and not so much on the other, because everyone was expecting this game to be a first-person shooter. It wasn't. It was a survival horror game as such. Yeah. You had very little resources. You had to use the environment to sort of get away from the alien. You could never kill the alien.
Which,
it was about staying away
let's be
from
fair,
it.
though, is much more true to the Alien franchise than, say, being a shooter, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So, what have Cold Iron done before? I'm not sure what they've done.
They have been involved in some other games. I did have
City of Heroes, Star Trek Online. That's all I can see in front of us. I did pull up a page on it to look up a little bit, and the only thing that kind of caught me out was at the bottom that just at the bottom it has a little paragraph which I really wanted to point out because I know that it would get on Russ's nerves. In related business news, 21st Century Fox is now owned by Disney. So it's good news for Alien like us, since, as many have pointed out, it now means that the Xenomorph is a Disney princess. No bite? Well, yeah, that's what I read. But yeah, the 2 games that I've seen was City of Heroes and Star Trek Online that they were responsible for. And I know
anything in the article about a lead balloon?
No, there's a few things in there about people
He's
cheating on
straight
Rockstar
over his head, hasn't it?
No, it hasn't. That's what. I just can't work with these two. So I'm looking for a new podcast. If anyone's looking for a new guy on the podcast, I'm available.
Thank you for that information, Bobby. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I like to have a little bit of input now and again.
Yeah, exciting news. It's about time we had a new Alien game, so hopefully they can do the franchise justice. Sticking on returning of franchises, some very strong rumours going around about Fable returning and the series stroke franchise having a bit of a reboot, maybe a sequel. And our friends over at Playground Games are apparently developing this. How do you feel about it, guys?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm excited about it or not. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what they do, but I'm scared that they're going to make a mess of it.
Yeah, it's one of those. You're expecting, because they're known for making the Horizons of the Forza world and not much else. It's like, it's going to be a bit of something new for them, so let's hope they didn't mess it up.
Well, they have increased the team, and they have employed some real big names in open world games development.
Yeah.
One of them, believe it or not, is from Rockstar, I think. He worked on the Grand Theft Auto. He is, one of the guys I'm taking on. It's okay. You let it out your system. that they appointed him from Rockstar, and he's got hefty experience in open world games. There's somebody else as well. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but who was it now? It was either Guerrilla Games or Naughty Dog or somebody that they'd brought in, and they've formed a second team to work on this new open world project that they announced a few months ago, which now is apparently going to be Fable, according to the rumours. We don't know for certain yet, but yeah, Playground have expanded their team. They formed a second team to work on this. The same team is still going to be working on Horizon. So anybody that's worried about that franchise and that series getting affected, it's going to have no effect on that. This is a completely separate project with a completely separate Playground team's game, a newly assembled team. And I'm excited for it. I'm not a massive Fable fan, I've got to say. I enjoyed the first 1, 2, and 3. I wasn't very keen on. But with the whole, I mean, let's put it this way: Playground, they polish their games, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't release anything that's unfinished. You know, there was very few minor bugs in Forza Horizon 3. There was the odd one, but nothing in comparison to what some studios release nowadays. So they've got that open world experience, and with the new heads that they brought in, I'm hoping that, you know, they could maybe bring the franchise back to where it should be. Do you think it will be the same cartoony appeal, or do you think they'll go down a darker route and maybe modernise it a little bit?
Because it's part of its identity, in it. It's the way it looked was part of its identity. Fable. I think that free-to-play game that got knocked on the head was losing its way there, and it's probably a good thing that it got knocked on the head. Let's hope that this new one, I don't want it to be a remake of the other Fable games. It needs to be a new game in the same universe. I enjoyed 2. I like the whole marketplace thing where you could go and stand in the market and trade things with other players and that. The collectible dolls was one thing of that game that was quite a good little money spinner. But yeah, it'd be nice to see a new game. Maybe keep it a little bit cartoony-ish to keep in with the feel of the originals, but try and tidy it up a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's an intriguing one, really, because, I mean, everyone's sort of saying, you know, Playground Games, they've only ever done Forza Horizon, and, you know, there's a few doubters out there, but I don't think they should doubt them, because it doesn't matter what game they make. That game that they do make is absolutely fantastic. Every single one after the previous one has been brilliant.
Yeah.
And as I say, they release polished games, so no one should be worried. This studio's got it. I think they've got it nailed on, and with the new recruits that they brought in, it could be good.
Yeah.
I mean, was you a Fable fan? Did you play it at all?
I played Fable 2. I think I bought Fable 1, but I never actually played it. But I played a little bit of Fable 2. It was actually in the early days of me and Russ meeting each other. We made a few other friends there as well, and I played a little bit of it. I actually enjoyed it. If I remember correctly, because my knowledge is very limited on this, as it is on most things, you could get married and stuff, couldn't you?
You could in the first one, I think.
Yeah.
You could in the first one, I believe. Yeah.
I might have been playing the first one as well, then. But yeah, I enjoyed it. One of the other things I'm worried about, not just because obviously Playground games are predominantly Forza and racing games and stuff. It's more so, do you know when a game has a hype? A bit like when Halo 3 had its hype, and then nothing happened for a few years. Then they brought out Halo 4, and it was a massive letdown. Obviously, it was a different dev and stuff like that. But it was a massive letdown because the hype that was there for number 3. I'm worried that Fable's going to go down the same route because of the hardcore players of the past. When they bring the new one out, if it isn't up to par with the newest technology and things like that, but still has the core game in it, people are going to just slate it, and that's what I'm worried about, that it doesn't do Fable justice.
I think that's the whole point of this reboot, though. I think Russ raised it there with Fable Legends. I think it was kind of a stale formula, and I think that's why it failed. I don't think it was necessarily the development and the quality of the product. I just think the whole sort of essence around it was a bit stale, and everyone was sort of getting a bit bored of it. I think what this can do, and with Halo 4, you say that everybody, you know, people didn't like it. There was a bunch of people that loved Halo 4. Not necessarily the hardcore players, but there was a bunch of people that loved it. And with Fable, I think it's a little bit different. Halo 4 was a direct sequel to one of the best-selling games on Xbox 360, and one of the highest rated, I believe. Whereas this, it's a little bit different. Fable, 6 months ago was dead. The studio had been closed, the projects had been cancelled, and nobody thought we'd see Fable again. All of a sudden now, Fable's back with a studio that's renowned for quality development in games. It's a bit different. There's not much pressure on Playground Games here. They can't do any worse than the last lot that got a game cancelled, in effect. I know that sounds harsh, but the last game got cancelled for a reason. We'll have to wait and see. I think it'll be a big E3 reveal.
Well, they reckon they're not going to see anything until 2019 of it, if anything at all. So it's not going to be another year or so.
I think we'll see a logo, coming soon.
Yeah.
Fable or something. Yeah. But it makes me wonder whether, coinciding with the next sort of little bit of news we're going to go into in a minute, makes me wonder whether sometimes these leaks are purposely put out there, just to get the feelers out. And because Microsoft have been under fire about their exclusives for the last 12 months, haven't they? And all of a sudden now we're getting little leaks here and there about what's coming.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it seems to come from this one particular Twitter account, doesn't it? I can't remember the name of it now. Yeah. But if it was me running a company and there was a Twitter account and it was leaking stuff, I would get it shut down, because surely you could do. And if they're leaving it alone, then it's obvious that's quite intentional. As you said, they're just dropping little hints, letting people know that there's stuff on the way. It did something the other day, didn't it? Mention that there's stuff in the pipeline that people are going to be excited about in the future. So, yeah, I think it's all intentional.
Yeah, it was almost like descriptive brief notes, wasn't it, about what's coming? And I saw that. It looks intriguing. It looks interesting. But you're right, Bobby. I can understand where you're coming from. There's going to be a few of the hardcore fan base out there that are going to have reservations about this, and I completely get that. Yeah. But at the same time, they should have faith in the studio. They've got nothing to lose. Fable Legends, failed, and I just wonder whether that was cancelled because they'd actually gone to Playground Games and said, or maybe they went to Lionhead at the time and said, we want a new game, we want to do this, we want to do that. Maybe they couldn't deliver that, and they've said, okay, well, let's stop this and let's give it to a new studio. I know that the guys at Lionhead got distributed to other studios, so I don't think many of them, if any at all, lost their jobs, which is a good thing, obviously. But I think maybe this fresh approach for a massive franchise could be what Xbox needs as a brand.
Hopefully,
yeah. So, sticking with changes and things like that, in terms of the first party and whatever, Microsoft have recently appointed the Minecraft leader, Matt Booty. What a great name that is. Matt Booty.
Can we get a New Day reference in here somewhere? Anybody?
In the what?
New Day, the wrestling tag team. They have a Bootio cereal thing, don't they? Never mind.
Bootios, yeah. They do, no, Bootios, yeah.
See, all I can think of is Booty Island from
Monkey Island.
Yeah, that's all that popped in my head was, that's so cool. And I thought of Booty Island off Monkey Island 2, I think it was, Dave.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. Anyway, Microsoft have appointed Minecraft leader Matt Booty to new corporate VP of Microsoft Studios, the firm's internal group overseeing gaming for Xbox, PC and mobile. So basically this guy's going to be in charge of the gaming library, exclusive-wise, I assume, for the foreseeable future. It's an interesting one because all this guy, as far as I'm aware, has ever worked on is Minecraft.
But then you've got to look at what he's done. Is he responsible for it becoming the cross-platform monster that it is? If so, then that's a good thing.
Yeah, I suppose. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because, I mean, how long ago did Phil Spencer get promoted now? Was it
September.
Like 6 months ago? It was just after E3. Yeah. So I wonder whether this has been sort of in the pipeline for a while, whether this guy has actually been in charge since Phil moved up. I'm not sure, or whether they've done this to coincide with all these rumours that are coming out. What do you guys think this guy needs to do to boost the exclusive lineup? What do you think he needs to concentrate on?
Well, quality at the end of the day. There just needs to be quality stuff, and it needs to be given the free reign to sort of look at the stuff and have the checkbook in hand to get the exclusives. At the end of the day, he needs the people behind him to say, yeah, here you go. We have faith in you. Go and get us some exclusive games.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll give him a testing ground like that. And then once he does well, we'll just go, there's a blank check. Go run with it, kid. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, you don't know. This guy could have been the one that green flagged the whole Fable thing. You don't know.
No.
I mean, people have been crying out for story-driven, narrative single-player experiences on Xbox. And
well, hang on. I thought story games were dead.
Well,
that's the turn around,
all
isn't
I'll
it?
say to that is Shadow of War, Wolfenstein 2, Assassin's Creed Origins are 3 of the best-selling, top-rated games last year, all single-player only. So, single-player games are not dead.
Yep.
They are not dead. And I think Xbox as a brand realised that last year and sort of thought, okay, we need to get something going here. And I wonder whether him coming in was the reason why Fable's been brought back. Maybe that was his first decision. Maybe that was him saying, we've got this massive franchise here. And let's be honest, Fable is associated with Xbox, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like Halo is. Maybe he's come in and gone, right, we need to bring this franchise back. It's going to tick all the boxes that everyone's asking for. Single player, narrative driven, an IP that everyone's familiar with and an exclusive. Let's bring it back and give it to a studio that everyone loves. So I'm hoping that it's going to be good for exclusives and good for the Xbox brand in general, really.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean,
yeah.
It's like you've got to look at it like this, because Phil, during that time since getting his promotion, has been doing 2 jobs essentially. So handing it off to somebody else that can solely focus on it is nothing but a good thing. So yeah, fingers crossed. It's the right man for the job.
Yeah. Sunset Overdrive 2. That's the next one he needs to.
Yes, that's what he needs to do.
He needs to get that done, get that deal sorted. Where even if it's just a timed exclusive, get Sunset Overdrive 2 done. Even if it's multi-platform, I'm not fussed about that. I just think that game deserves a sequel.
Yep.
Whether it's multi-platform, exclusive, timed, or what, the game deserves a sequel. So hopefully he can pull his finger out and get that done. Sticking on to the Fable theme, anybody that hasn't played Fable or hasn't experienced it for a while, I believe that Fable Anniversary is coming to Game Pass beginning of February. So anybody that wants to check that out, there is a 14-day trial on Game Pass as well, if you haven't already subscribed to it, that you can click on and just check out the library and have a look see what's on there. But Fable Anniversary, which is the remastered 360 version of the first game that was originally on the OG Xbox, that will be entering Games Pass, amongst other things, on the 1st of February as well. So, yeah, fantastic. New Alien game, new Fable game. Matt Booty in charge of games. Bobby, you said earlier on in the podcast that you weren't sure what you could mention. How is that going to impact our Something for the Weekend feature?
Something for the weekend. I've got something in the lineup. I just didn't want to mention it earlier, so I could mention it for Something for the Weekend.
I feel like we need a little jingle for it. We need to get like a little jingle.
Something for the weekend. Snip. He's already sort of did one, didn't he, the first time around? Little scissors snipping away.
Yeah, the scissors were going, weren't they? And yeah.
I'll work
there
on
we
something.
go. There they are.
I've got something to tell you, lad. That's not actually scissors. That's just me pen. Or, sound effects, behind the scenes. People don't need to know, really.
You just ruined it now, haven't you? Because
the illusion's been smashed.
Yeah, it's just been absolutely destroyed. It's been
I'll
put
tell
down
you
a
what.
sewer.
I'll get a sound bite of some scissors or some clippers or something like that. How's about that, lads?
Okay.
And
you've got to do your X Factor voice. You know when the guy sort of says, you know when he's like, he announces the acts. Bobby fails.
Dave, I think you should introduce us in the X Factor voice. Introduce something for the weekend for us in the X Factor voice.
In the X Factor voice.
Yes, please.
Do I have to?
Yes. You just said it, so you got to do it.
Okay. Hang on. Give me a second. Let me clear my throat. Bobby Fails presents Something for the Weekend. How was that?
That was spot on. That's getting turned into a soundbite. We're going to put some scissors over it. That's it. That's the one.
Awesome.
We're in money now, mate. So yeah, something for the weekend. We announced it last week, and this week it's going to be The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. It's a story-driven experience game where you play as someone called Paul. He's basically searching Red Creek Valley in an attempt to find Ethan Carter. You'll solve murders along the way and have some supernatural abilities. In my opinion, it's got hints of, what was that game we talked about, Russ? Murdered Soul Suspect, and a little bit of L.A. Noire. But again, that is my opinion. Have a look for yourself. You have to find your own way in the game. There's no waypoints, so you've got to use your own initiative and explore as much as possible. So be prepared for that when you take a look at it. It was released on the 19th of January 2018, priced at £15.99, which is $19.99 or €19.99. So check it out.
Fantastic. Is it Xbox One X enhanced? It
is, yeah.
I think
X enhanced.
It is, yes,
well.
yeah. And it
Wonderful.
is actually. I was told that on an Xbox One S, it still looked unbelievable because it does look really, really good, this game, especially for the price that's attached to it. It is a really good-looking game.
Yeah, it does look good. I've seen some videos of it and that, and it looks really, really intriguing. It was 2014, I think it first came out on PC.
Yep.
And then it got brought to PlayStation 4, I think about a year later, maybe 2 years later. And now on Xbox, but going by what I've heard, it's a really, really good game. So, yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Bobby. What a lovely little feature. Russ, do you want to plug website, video channels, social media?
Yes. So don't forget to head over to our website for all the latest news, reviews and giveaways, xboxgamerreviews.com. Head over to our YouTube channel for the videos, which is youtube.com/xboxgamerreviews.com. And of course, you can always keep up to date with us on Twitter as Xbox_GR.
And I believe our Game Blast 18 page is up there as well, Russ, is that right?
It is, yeah. Game Blast page is up, so we'll be streaming 23rd to the 25th of February, 12 hours each day. And we've got some pretty decent stuff lined up already. Just got to get some confirmation on some things before we announce them, but slightly better than last year already, so don't forget to join us for that. And we'll be streaming on Mixer this year as well, so that's mixer.com/Xbox Gamer Reviews. Head over there, hit the follow button, and check us out when we go live.
Brilliant. Fantastic. I think that's wraps this week up then, fellas. Thank you, as always, for listening, everyone. And as I said earlier on, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe on iTunes, on Android, and on YouTube as well. We really appreciate it. And we will catch you next week.
Ta-da.
See you later.